On today's terms, it's normal for someone to have a 401k account working for them. It's just as normal as going out and buying groceries. It's the common thing to do. We expect this account to take care of us until we are age 65 and beyond. In this video, I will show you why you are completely wrong with 401ks and what you should do instead. Hi there, my name is Jaime Shekaiban. Welcome to your channel, The Foreigner in America, where I teach locals and foreigners everything related to their money. So if you are someone like myself that loves money, richness, investing, saving, real estate, the markets, you name it, please subscribe to this channel and hit that bell so you miss any one of my 2 weekly videos. And also check out my Instagram at The Foreigner in America, where I also post twice a week. Check out my blog, theforeignerinamerika.com. And make sure you check out my new book, A Foreigner in America Can Succeed, which is a solid read. It took me like a year to actually write that. It has a lot of valuable and useful information on how a human being can actually be successful in their life. Before there was a 401k, there were pensions. And what was a pension? It was when a company actually paid you your full salary or an 80% of the salary for the rest of your life, and then for the life of your surviving spouse. So that meant that if you retired at age 60, for example, and you lived all the way to 85, the company that you worked for many, many, many years will pay you your salary for 25 years of age. And then to your surviving spouse, which that was beautiful. In 1978, Ted Benna created the idea of the 401k plan. It was actually not the government's idea to do this, by the way. The section 401k in the tax code actually allows people to defer their taxes if they put them into a specific account. So what Benna did is that he proposed this to a bank, but he got rejected right away. So what did he do? He put it in his own company, the Johnson Companies, and it started working for them. But the IRS came out with regulations on 1981. So several big companies started using the same idea, and it became popular very fast. In 1983, there were 7 million employees with this kind of 401k plan. But now in 2019, there are more than 80 million employees with a 401k. And it accounts to about $5.7 trillion in retirement accounts. So this is fine, right? It's perfect. The whole idea of putting your money aside and forgetting about it, and that's your retirement. Is that okay? You're completely wrong, because companies just washed their hands from your retirement. Before, if an employee would work 30 or 40 years for them, and they were like an honest, loyal, responsible, hardworking employee, they dedicated their entire life for the company will actually give some kind of gratitude to the employee by paying him a pension for their entire remaining life. But what happened now is that your retirement is fully on your control. And companies are not even regulated. They're not forced to match your 401k. Many don't. They're not forced to give you any kind of severance if they kick you out of the company. They're pretty much not forced for anything. And you know what's the worst part of all? That money that you're putting the account, that you're actually putting into the account, that money is not yours. The money is yours until it's fully vested and until you're 59 and a half years of age. Because what happens if you want to just touch that money before you're 59 and a half, you're going to get a 10% penalty over the taxes that you have to pay if you pull the money out. So this means that you have an account with your money. Imagine having a savings account in a bank that you cannot pull the money out because the bank will penalize you. That's crazy. And what did the government do? Well, the government allows companies to stop matching your 401k, to stop paying you a severance if they lay you off, and stop giving you pensions. This is the reason why employees are the riskiest of all the categories of income. This is the reason why all the people are always telling you, don't be an employee, careful, do not consider employment as your only source of income. That is why. So what should you do instead? I will tell you exactly, but first, make sure you give me a like to help grow my channel. You need to protect yourself against two things. One is living many, many years, and two, a market crash. Those two are gonna kill you with a 401k. If you currently have a 401k, it's okay. You don't have to delete it or take out all the money and spend it. No, just keep it and put whatever the company matches. So if your company matches 3%, put 3%. If it matches a 5%, put 5%. I will not recommend you put more than 5% on the 401k because the income that you receive after expenses, after you put that money away, the income that you receive, you have to be able to save a bunch of it. And how do you save? You can ask me. Well, there's another video which I will link below that I can show you how I save most of my money. It's a good video, so make sure you watch it. Once you have saved your money, you need to acquire a single family or a property as a rental. Why is this? Well, my friends, in 30 years, after you acquired this property with a mortgage, with a 30-year mortgage, the property will be paid off. So the property, once you have a mortgage and you pay the mortgage, the escrow, and the property management, it will cash flow about $500 a month. Let me show you the numbers. Let's say the house costs $150,000. You put a 25% down, which is like $37,500, plus some fees, some rehab, let's say 45 grand altogether. And after paying everything like I just said, you make around $500 to $600 a month in free cash flow. That you put it in your tax return, you depreciate the property in 27 and a half years, plus you also deduct your mortgage interest, and you pretty much pay no taxes for those rents. So in 30 years, that $150,000 property will be worth probably $400,000. With the rents that you get that increase also every year with inflation, you're not gonna get $600 a month of free cash flow. You're gonna get $2,200 a month of free cash flow. And the property is gonna be yours. So if a market crash occurs, your 401k will drop 30 or 40% like this. But you will still have the property giving you rental income every single month. Even if you live for 100 years, it will always be there as supplemental income for you. And then what happens if you actually pass away when you're 100 years old? The 401k, that money is gone, man. You just spent it all to live. So what are you gonna leave your family with? Nothing? The rental, it will give you money for your entire life, and you can gift it to your family before you're passing. And your family can continue receiving those rents because that's a very valuable asset. And they can even liquidate the asset if they really don't want it. They can sell it, they can use a 1031 exchange and buy another property that they like, tax-free. Now imagine that you're a really good saver, that you change your mentality, that you stop spending money on stupid things, and that you can save enough money, not for one rental, but for 2, but for 3, but for 5 properties. And you do exactly the same thing. You buy them on a 30-year mortgage, you pay them off, and then you own them when you retire. That's 5 properties, or 3 or 7 or whatever amount of properties, giving you all this free cash flow for your entire life after retirement. So who needs the 401k anymore? If you have the 401k, that's icing on the cake. That's the cherry. That's extra money that will come into you. But your income the way you're gonna sustain yourself is with those rentals. And what happens if the housing market crashes, you can ask? Well, the rents are gonna keep coming in. The property value will go down since you're not gonna sell those properties because they're paid off and you have tenants and they're paying rent. So you're gonna just keep them in place and then the housing market will recover. And then everything will be all right. But look what happened with COVID. The market crashed. The housing market didn't, or hasn't anyway. So it's a lot more common for the market, the stock market, to crash than for the housing market to crash. Now let me give you my foreigner insight for this video. Stop thinking that the 401k account is the way to go for your retirement and that you're safe and sound. Oh, I'm putting 10% to my 401k. So whatever extra I receive, whatever money I receive after expenses, I can just spend it all, splurge it, because the 401k will take care of my retirement. That's a lie. You're wrong. That money is not yours until you're 59 and a half. You cannot control how it's invested, where it's invested, or the amount of fees that you get from that money. If the market crashes, that money will be lost 30 or 40% like this. And it will not last you for 100 years. No matter how much money you save. If you're not making enough money, you're not putting enough money into the 401k, and it will not compound as much as that you will need to live from age 65 or 62 or 67, whatever age you want to retire, all the way to 100. That's 30 plus years. There's no money that will last. If you get rentals, my friend, those will last forever and they will appreciate. They will give you cash flow. They will give you tax benefits. And that's the best way to retire. And then that 401k, whatever money you have there, that's icing on the cake. That's supplemental income, just like your Social Security or any other kind of investment that you might have. Make sure you give your family a good inheritance. Make sure you give them rental properties. If you like this video, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss any one of my 2 weekly videos. Check out my Instagram at The Foreigner in America. Make sure you check out my blog, theforeignerinamerika.com. And check out my newest book, A Foreigner in America Can Succeed, which is a solid read. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.